Previously on the Phil Hendrie Show.
Saratoga Springs on the Phil Hendrie Show. Hello.
Hi.
Yes.
I got to say, Margaret, you better lay off smoking crack, number one.
Oh, is that another funny
stand
comment from New York?
And killed yourself in a car accident. You are whacked.
I'm whacked because I am talking about the success and the future of our city. I'm whacked.
Who cares? What
I
does
don't
that have
live.
to do with the meaning of life?
I live in L.A. Are you aware of that?
Who cares where you've been? You're an idiot.
I'm an idiot. Why?
I cannot even believe I am so outraged listening to this. It is making me sick.
I am simply talking about statistics that when people use cellular phones in automobiles, infants generally die.
And you know what? Why don't you spare an infant and take your own life, because you do us all a big favor. Because this is absolutely ridiculous.
You know, you just don't get the fact that I'm in 150 newspapers.
Who cares where you are? You're an idiot. That's the fact we all get. Because
Darling, some of us
listening to this saying, I cannot believe this
cannot
is
believe
real.
what? That we live in a totalitarian society that is run by the Christian right wing? Are you a member of the
Christian? Do with anything, Margaret?
Are you a member of the Christian right wing?
You better check yourself into drug addiction.
No, because they don't want us to
baby.
use cellular phones in our cars. That's totalitarianism. That is totalitarianism. All right?
What does it have to do with killing an infant?
Mr. Hendrie asked me about the safety record. I said the overwhelming majority of fatalities when a cell phone is used are infants. It's not that many.
But it's too many. And to have an actor go to some table read, you've got to be kidding me.
What are you talking about? This is employment.
How you could put a price on a life.
I'm not putting a price on a life. I'm simply saying the Screen Actors Guild has some 5% make $5,000 or more a year. The rest of them are unemployed. We need to get these actors back to work.
Who cares?
You're some crazy gentleman that has nothing better to do than bag on L.A. and our luxury.
Oh, just because absolutely ridiculous. I cannot even believe.
What do you mean, who cares? So, in other words, if I talked to you about Saratoga Springs and some issue that was important to you, and I said, who cares, you'd say, well, okay.
Yeah, because you know what? I have morals and values, and I definitely place high values and morals on a life.
Oh,
I cannot believe.
You're a yenta that's jealous of L.A.'s luxurious lifestyle.
You gotta be kidding me.
No, I'm not. You're jealous.
Believe me, in New York, we look at you guys like a bunch of idiots.
Have you ever
have
been?
no idea what's going on in the real world because you're so airhead and full of drugs and just absolutely cracked out.
Phil.
Yes.
Here's the question I'm going to ask this lady. And this
Phil, am I right or wrong?
I agree with you. I can't believe that you're going to be bringing in the death of an infant.
Just listen to my question for a minute.
And Phil, you are
when
right.
is the last time?
Say.
When is the last time you made a spa appointment?
Made what?
When is the last time you made an appointment to go to a spa?
I go regularly because I need to, because that is what I need to relax.
A spa?
With my job, okay?
All right. Do you have facials?
Yes, I do.
Have you ever had a body wrap?
Yes, I have.
Then if you've had all of those, why don't you understand and agree with me?
What?
Because
what are you
I
talking
don't understand where you're coming from.
What are you talking about?
I drive sensibly to where I have to go, and I do not plan on going out to rust around and kill somebody.
You've had a body wrap, and you don't believe that actors are important?
What are you talking about?
What does that have to do? You know, I got to be...
Oh, you're both... You know what? Goodbye.
Phil Hendrie's Flashback.
Goodbye. Phil Hendrie Show, 1-800-449-86... What's our number? 1-800-449-8686? Oh, there it is. 1-800-449-8686. Because you generally they got it on a big card in front of me. So anyway, it's the Phil Hendrie Show. Generally they have it on a big card, but I guess what were you doing? You rolling something with that? Because it ain't here no more. All right, 1-800-449-8686. Phil Hendrie Show. This next guest, Art Griego. Is Art with us from Santa Monica? He is on the line, and either he's at the airport or he's at his home. I'm not sure exactly where. I want to talk to Art because the air traffic what is this? Apparently, they got a hold of the cockpit voice recorder. The cockpit voice recorder that was aboard the Learjet, in which Payne Stewart and others, very, very unfortunately, met their death last month or a couple of months ago. When was that, Mike? And they do have the cockpit voice recorder. Art Griego, who is a commercial pilot, not commercial in the sense, Art, that you fly commercial jets or anything, right?
No, Phil, I wanted to correct you, too, that the October 25th.
Okay, it was October, yeah. It was more than a couple of months ago.
That is correct. I fly a Piper, and I fly out of Santa Monica Airport. I do some commercial runs. I carry passengers, do carry some cargo, very light cargo. I do have a Cessna And I have had, because of my contacts within the aviation industry, I've had occasion to make a few friends.
I'm given to understand, Mike tells me that you have a copy of the cockpit voice recorder from the Learjet that contained Payne Stewart, correct?
Phil, I came into possession of this last night. It is indeed the voice recorder, and we do have I don't have the voice recorder, I have a tape recording.
Right. You have the recording? You have a copy?
My understanding is it's a copy, obviously, from the cockpit recorder from this doomed Learjet. There's an awful lot of questions that need to be answered, and this does answer an awful lot of them.
How did you get the tape?
Well, that's obviously a question that I can't answer in full because I am protecting a few sources.
Well, can you give us an idea of how you got a hold of this voice recorder tape? Because this is something that the NTSB is only telling us about now.
Well, there are people I know close to the investigation, people who have access. You have to understand, Phil, I've been a pilot, so to a certain degree I have access, and I am also, on a personal note, I'm a golfer, and I was a very, very big fan of Payne Stewart's. And I do feel that this is in the public interest so that they don't make the same mistakes that these private pilots may have made. I don't know.
Have you heard this tape?
I have, Phil, yes.
All right. You have the tape?
I do have the tape, and I will tell you that it is some very, very explosive stuff. It is it's sad to listen to, Phil.
Well, obviously, I mean, so many people lost their lives on that jet. That was back in October. Just to reset the story, if you don't mind, Art.
Certainly.
This was a jet that took off from, I believe, Orlando. It had Payne Stewart and some others aboard. There was how many seats on a Learjet?
Probably about 10. I think they may have had 10 passengers,
including the pilot. And it took off, and shortly thereafter, they theorized that the cabin depressurized. They did not make the left turn toward Dallas, which I understand was their original destination, but instead, the jet on autopilot continued north. Apparently, nobody in the plane was conscious, and that eventually, running out of fuel, it went down somewhere in the Dakotas, correct?
That is correct, Phil, somewhere in North Dakota. It was a very, very sad story. You're absolutely right.
So let's be very clear. This is highly sensitive and a very highly sensitive story.
Well, again, I got in touch. I got a hold of this recording last night. That is really all that I'm prepared to tell you.
You do have the recording?
I do have that.
All right. Now, let me just tell everybody, I don't know. Mike, you talked to Art. My understanding, Art, you told Mike that it's pretty graphic?
It contains some disturbing sounds. Yes, it does.
All right. What we'll do then is, I don't know what equipment you're working with. You have it.
I have a small playback unit, Phil. And I don't know how this is going to sound.
Well, maybe we can take a couple of runs at it. If it's not clear, maybe I'll have you reposition the recorder.
All right. I had before we start with this, Phil, I did have a thought, and I was thinking about this before when we started to talk, and I hope that I can, I guess, just say this. This is very explosive material. This is the cockpit voice recording from that Learjet that Payne Stewart was on. And
yes, we're aware of that.
And I guess what I want to say is that I'm familiar with the media to a degree. I know that sometimes people have had recordings such as these, and they have, sold them, I guess, to the media. And it's difficult for me.
Well, I don't know. A lot of them have, yeah. So I do appreciate, in the interest of news, in the interest of journalism, you sharing this recording with us.
Okay, and I'm going to do that. Hold on. I got a small recording here, Phil. This is a small Sony recorder.
Right.
And what we'll attempt to do is put the speaker up to the phone. If that's not working, you let me know.
I will let you know, yes.
Did you, and you understood what I meant about payment, that a lot of people are, this is tough for me, Phil.
No, you're going to have to spit it out. What do you mean?
Well, I was talking to you, and I know the gentleman who had the Rodney King videotape, and a lot of people who do have these tapes. You see what I'm saying?
No, I don't.
I talked to Mike, and
Mike tells me that you have the recording, that you are ready to play it for us.
I am, but some people get paid for this, and
I don't know what it is you're telling me right now. Okay, I'm 16 minutes into my show.
I was simply what I'm trying to do is protect myself, and I'm trying to protect my family. And
are you asking me for money? I don't understand what you're saying.
No, this is very difficult for me to do. I have a very explosive piece of news tape. You tell me.
You contacted us and you said you have the voice recording from the Payne Stewart jet.
That's correct.
Now I'd like to hear it. I don't know.
But because of this material being newsworthy, I think some remuneration.
Do you want me to pay you for this?
You tell me. I mean, there are people.
Yes, news organizations have paid for taped materials. They've paid for videotape materials. I think this is a little bit of a. Are you asking me for this now?
I'm just saying that a bit of a remuneration may be in order here, and I'm simply saying this is the cockpit voice recording from the jet that Payne Stewart went down in, and it's got some. I mean, it is good. There's a lot of stuff on there.
Well, when you say that it's good...
What I mean, Phil, is that...
I don't think you characterize things that way.
What I mean, Mr. Hendrie, is that it is very newsworthy, and it's going to clear up a lot of things. And I'm just saying I would appreciate it if you could... I don't know. I'm...
Money?
If you could see your way clear.
How much are we talking about? First of all, I don't know how I can get you the money.
Well, it's very explosive material.
How much are we talking about?
I probably in the order of 7 figures.
So we go from you saying that you were going to play this.
Phil, I understand what I said, but I did have. I haven't had a lot of. There are considerations here. I haven't had a lot of paid flights lately, and the weather hasn't been so good for the last few months, and I've got a family.
So all of a sudden now you want money to play the voice recorder, the cockpit recording that you have a copy of from Payne Stewart's jet. You want 7 figures.
I'm saying I think this is good stuff. What I got is good.
I'm in the middle. I got to take a break. Can you hold out? Mike, will you hold him on?
I'll hang on for sure, but I think it's something you need to think about.
So what you're telling me, hold the line here. So what is he telling me now? He's not going to play this recording unless we come up with money? I began this entire thing thinking that we were going to have, Mr. Griego had a copy of this tape, and he was going to play it for us in the interest of journalism, not that he was going to charge money. So now, all of a sudden, he's talking about 7 figures. Let's open up our phone lines, too. Art Griego has a copy of the voice cockpit recorder that was acquired by the NTSB from Payne Stewart's jet that went down in October. He was going to play this for us. Now we're talking about money, so I got to get back to him here. 1-800-449-8686. 1-800-449-8686. The Phil Hendrie Show.
And that's all we're saying.
Hold on. Phil Hendrie Show at 1-800-449-8686. We're in the middle of a negotiation right now. I didn't think this was going to take place. What did you say to Mike? And first off, I have to tell the audience we're talking to Art Griego, a private pilot who has come into possession of the audio from a cockpit voice recorder aboard the Lear jet that crashed with Payne Stewart aboard back in October. You have the voice recording or the transcript?
I have the voice recording, Phil. And I'm saying that I have to look out for my family.
You came on the show, though. Initially, you were going to play this.
Yes, I was. And I intend. I apologize for that. I intend to, but I think it is only the decent thing for you people to at least give me some money. And
I would almost be interested in paying you. I'm not a big. First of all, I'm not really a journalist. But I know that checkbook journalism exists. But you're talking about 7 figures.
That is correct. I think it's very explosive. Look, it has Payne Stewart on it. You're talking about the last few minutes of a person, and forgive me for saying this, but this is the last few minutes of someone dying. So
what? The last few minutes of someone dying, so that's worth a lot of money?
I find it interesting that you act indignant in one way, and yet you want to hear it in another way.
I don't know. What do we got? We got people calling in? People are, and not that this counts for anything, Art, but we have listeners who are outraged. I've got a producer who is angry.
I got a family to feed. If you want to hear this...
If I want to hear it, I got to pay you.
I'm saying that's something that I thought about.
Take a call here, Mike, okay? Trenton on the Phil Hendrie Show. Hello.
Yeah?
Yes, ma'am, you're on the air.
Yeah, I think he's dangling it out in front of you like a carrot, and I don't think you should pay for it. He's just trying to sensationalize this at this point in time. We're going to hear it on some other news
That's my
media
feeling.
anyway.
That's my feeling, okay?
And,
I don't think... This is an exclusive. This is an exclusive.
Kind of actually unashamed to come out and say he wanted money. You know, you had to beat around the bush. Well, what do you want? What do you want? And he's like, remuneration.
Well, ma'am.
Do you want money? Well, he never said money.
Phil, the Zapruder family got money for the Zapruder film, okay? I mean, that Rodney King guy got money. How come all of a sudden...
Well, first of all, the Zapruder film was a film taken by Abraham Zapruder, and the Rodney King tape was a tape that was made by that guy. This isn't anything that belongs to you.
Well, I came into possession of it. Why can't I get paid for it?
Why can't you go through the proper channels in the...
Are you telling me that you wouldn't sell it?
The radio company there to get what you want. Why do you have to, you know...
Mr. Hendrie works for the Premier Radio Networks and for KFI Radio Los Angeles and for his affiliated stations, and I happen to know that your companies are worth a lot of money, Mr. Hendrie, and I'm saying if you want this material, because I'll tell you right now, this is good stuff.
Yeah, good stuff.
Well...
What do you mean by good? Qualify good.
I'm telling you it's explosive.
Yeah?
What do you mean by explosive?
I told you got the last few minutes of like 5 or 6 people dying.
And we really want to hear that?
Have you ever seen Faces of Death?
I don't care to see Faces of Death. I got enough grief in my life without it, you know?
Faces of Death. All of a sudden, this man's life becomes something I'm going to rent in a video store?
Okay, so what are you telling me? You're not interested in one of the most explosive news scoops of the last 10 years? Is that it?
I just say don't get sucked in by this guy.
Have you got Bob on the line, Mike? Did he call in? Because I'm talking to one of the officers of our company in David Hall. You're telling me you want 7 figures.
Look, I could find somebody else. You want me to walk across the street? I'll walk across the street. The Toby Marshall show over at K98 would love it.
Don't give it to Toby Marshall, okay?
Oh, yeah. Now we're talking.
I just don't want that dirtbag getting it, okay? If you're the kind of guy that's going to, try to sell something, that guy will play it. He doesn't care what anybody thinks. Toby Marshall is a dirty, filthy, greasy bastard. Don't sell it to him.
Toby Marshall's got good ratings.
He doesn't have as good a ratings as me.
Yeah, but at least I can get an audience for it.
Hey, well, Phil?
Thank you, ma'am. Yeah.
I've said my piece, and
Maybe,
so I'm going to, close off now and get back to your radio show.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, you get back to your radio show, Phil, without the Learjet tape, without the sounds of Payne Stewart, without the...
I don't really particularly get excited and thrilled when I think about hearing poor Payne Stewart die, okay?
I can give it to Toby Marshall.
Toby Marshall, please don't give it to him. God, please. That guy will just all he'll do is sensationalize that thing. Albany on the Phil Hendrie Show. Hello. Albany, hello.
Yes, Phil.
Yes, sir.
Hey, this guy's trying to pimp this thing out? I mean, he's willing to run back and forth, between you and somebody else.
Wouldn't you?
$1 million. Listen, pal, Art, if you need a job, come to Albany.
Hey.
I'll give you a job so you can feed your family honestly. Stop pimping this thing out.
Wouldn't you do it? Let me ask you something.
Wouldn't I do what?
If you had something potentially valuable...
You made your call under false pretenses. You told Mike that you were going to go ahead and play this for for the show, and you're not doing it.
That's right.
Wait a second.
I wouldn't
you guys are telling me if you didn't
than that.
You guys are telling me if you didn't have something potentially valuable, you wouldn't try to sell it.
Yeah, but I'm not going to do what you're going to do with it.
1-800-449-8686. Phil Hendrie Show. Phil Hendrie Show, 1-800-449-8686. I'm Phil Hendrie. With me, Art Griego, a private pilot who has a copy of the voice recorder from the doomed Learjet that contained, that was carrying Payne Stewart, among others, when it crashed in South Dakota. You mentioned being a golf fan, and yet you were going to come on this show and play this tape, Mr. Griego, and you're asking for money now, halfway through our opening introduction, and you mentioned being...
I am a golf fan, Phil. I'm a very big Payne Stewart fan.
And you're a very big Payne Stewart fan, and yet you would hold me up now. Yeah, I'm not even against a guy...
I'm not sticking you up for anything. I'm a guy... Look, this has got some... I mean, I listened to this, and it's got some stuff on it that... Faces of Death, you can...
Forget about Faces of Death. Good Lord. I thought you were a big fan of his.
I am.
Then why would you exploit this man's death this way? And you're talking to me about wanting money. I can't authorize this. We've been talking to a couple of people who are officers of the company, maybe that we could authorize this money, but I'm thinking twice about even listening to you, okay?
I loved Payne Stewart. I thought he was a great golfer. And you can detect on the tape which one of them is him when it's...
When it's what?
The plane's crash. Because he was talking about shooting a 73 or something, and he didn't have a 6-iron in his bag. I can't give away too much else. But I'm sorry, Phil. I need cash. I need cash, and I need it now.
Shooting a 73 without a 6-iron.
That's all I'm going to tell you.
Miami on the Phil Hendrie Show. Hello.
You know what? All right, that's not right what you're doing, you know. You
what
called the show.
What did I do?
You said you called the show. You said you were going to play the tape. You even put the phone down. You was about to play the tape. Then all of a sudden you're going to go demand 7 figures?
Well,
that's crazy, man.
You got to hear this thing. It's fair. It's got some stuff on it.
But I understand. When you called the show, you should have told him, look, I want this amount of money to play this material. You can't go leading the people on like that.
Wait a second. You hear this? You hear that? That's the tape.
You see what he's doing? He's teasing us. You see, he's teasing us.
I didn't think of it until we were on.
You didn't think of it until we were on.
I didn't think of it until we were on.
You're going to demand 7 figures?
I didn't think of it till we were on the air.
What makes you think it's worth 7 figures?
It's really good. It's really good.
Man, Phil, don't pay him the money. I know you want
to
pay
7 figures. I got to pay 7 figures. I haven't got that.
That's a rough figure. But I'll tell you, it's worth it.
And you know what he does? He gets on the radio like he's going to play it. He puts the phone down. Then he goes and says, I want 7 figures.
Did that bug you?
Yeah, it does, because I wanted to hear it.
I can tell you, it's really good.
What do you mean it's really good? You keep saying it's really good.
I mean it's explosive. It's very explosive.
San Diego on the Phil Hendrie Show. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
I just wanted to know, what kind of sick human being is he? Like, seriously. There's no comparison to what happened between Rodney King and the other... Shut up for a minute.
I want to feed my family.
There's no comparison between what happened with Rodney King and the other family.
Why?
It was their families. It was their decision. You're not Payne Stewart's family. Who the hell are you to, exploit it?
I'm telling you that I got to feed my family.
If you have to feed your family, go get a goddamn job.
I have a job.
Go get on welfare.
I have a job, okay?
Well, get a better one.
This is my ticket.
So you're going to exploit someone who you claim to love death.
I beg your pardon?
Because of that, and put his family through that.
What about the hell you put the family through?
And they did that to your family and just absolutely ruined your family.
You got to understand, this is my ticket out.
This is
my ticket out.
This is someone's death.
Yeah.
And you are just a sick individual if you really think that that's your ticket out.
I want to ask the lady a question.
Someone else dying?
I want to ask you a question, lady.
What?
You tell me that if I were to play that tape, that you try and tell me you turn the radio off.
That's not even the point.
That is the point. The point is you want it.
No, it's not. You're a sick person.
You want it bad enough.
If I had the tape myself, I wouldn't play it over the radio. I would maybe give it to his family.
Look, I have a business that's going in the tubes.
That's their decision.
I really need a new paint job on my Cessna.
You
I got
are
a business.
Such a
no, ma'am.
What is your paint job on your
Do
Cessna?
you actually have a family, or has your wife left you yet, or are they all insane?
I beg your pardon. I happen to have a family, okay? And
are they all as cracked out as you?
My business is going in the tubes. I need the...
You need the money. Let me ask you something. I might even be willing to pay you 5 figures for this thing, $50,000 or something. The NTSB's got it. They're going to release it sooner or later. Okay, so why should I pay you 7 figures?
Phil, this is a scoop. No other radio or TV station's got it.
Why should he pay you anything if
I'll go across
they're
the
all
street.
going to get it released anyway? Why
you
would he promote what a
you want to hear it.
sick person you are?
You keep using the word sick, but you want to hear it.
Okay, well, then you're disturbed. Is that better for you?
And what's that make you?
Phil is not as disturbed as you.
And what's that make you? What's that make you?
I guess a better moral person than you.
Oh, I know. But you want me...
I mean, are you like a sociopath? You lack morals and values?
You know, I can't believe these people, Hendrie. I didn't know I was coming on your program to talk to some broad in San Diego who thinks she's all high and mighty, and she'd be sitting there listening to this tape. You think you're all high and mighty?
I probably have a lot of people out there that agree with me.
Well, whether or not people agree with you, I mean...
Yeah, it doesn't make any difference. I don't care. I don't care. Look, if you pay me up, I can take it to Toby Blackwell.
I love Payne Stewart.
I can take it to Toby Blackwell.
And then say, have you ever seen Faces of Death?
Have you?
That's absolutely disgusting.
Have you? Phil, if you don't start working with me here, I'm going to have to hang up the phone and call Toby.
Why?
You're going to call Toby Blackwell?
Yeah, I'm going to K98, man. He's got a great show.
His show blows, and you know it.
Well maybe he'll play the tape on an app like you are, and so he would pay for it.
What's that I hear?
It's a lady in San Diego.
Oh, Christ. You still talking to her?
Oh, yeah.
All right, ma'am, thank you. We're on top of it. I appreciate your call. I can't pay you 7 figures, okay?
All right, well, Toby Blackwell gets it.
Just hold on for a minute. Would you take 6 figures?
Honey, what's Toby's number?
Would you take... All right. Just hold on, okay?
I'm holding.
Get David Hall on the phone. Mike, tell him what we got to do here. Just tell him what the number is. Is that your number?
Low 7 figures.
That's your number?
That's my number.
Claremont on the Phil Hendrie Show. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, ma'am. Hello.
Is it Phil that I'm speaking with?
Yes, ma'am.
Great. Phil, I'm ashamed of you, too. I feel like you shouldn't even be bargaining with this so-called gentleman on the line.
It's a news story. I wouldn't be doing my job if I...
That's right, Phil. You tell her. You tell her that your job's relying on this.
It's news. But if this so-called gentleman claims that he loved Payne Stewart...
I do. I respect him very much.
Then he should not be trying to make money off of such a tragedy.
It's a news story. I mean,
it's a tragedy,
you got to hear this stuff.
Sir.
You got to hear this tape.
Sir, it's a tragedy.
Yes,
I know people love to hear that out there.
Yeah.
But it's a shame that people like you try and make money off of such a tragedy.
What's wrong with a guy feeding his family? What's wrong with a guy feeding his family?
Try this.
Look, you got to hear that. Somebody got sucked out of the jet, Phil. Because
what are you talking about?
Well, that's what it sounds like.
But you know what?
Don't you want to hear that?
Someone got sucked out of the jet. No, I don't want to hear it.
Toby Blackwell coming up.
You know what, sir?
What?
What would happen if your family got sucked out of a jet? Would you like people to be saying, hey, I want 7 figures so you can get thrilled on hearing this family be killed?
Ma'am,
how would you feel?
I can assure you no member of my family would ever get sucked out of a jet.
Well, you know what?
I can assure you.
It happens.
How do you know it happens, okay?
It happens. I worked with the police force.
If a guy is going to sell a tape of that, if I get a cut of it, I guess I got to let him do what he's going to do. How can I keep him from doing it?
If you get a cut of it.
I got to wet my beak. Why can't I wet my beak?
What is this, The Godfather? All of a sudden I got to wet my beak? This is the death of people on a jet, okay? And
you were ready to put it on the air.
Okay, I was ready to put it on the air.
Phil?
And now you won't pay for it. Give me Toby Blackwell's number.
Go ahead and give it to Toby freaking Blackwell.
Good for you, Phil. Go for it. Phil, this man has no moral backbone.
Go
and
ahead.
You should just hang
give
up
it to
on
Toby
the man.
Blackwell.
Okay, Phil, goodbye.
Wait a minute.
Phil, let him go. What's up with you?
Toby freaking Blackwell, this guy's a scumbucket, man. He'll play it all over the place. You won't believe what he'll do with this stuff.
Phil, you'll sleep tonight, won't you? You will sleep well tonight.
You're right.
This asshole on the phone won't.
Asshole? Well.
Yeah, asshole.
You're right, ma'am. You know what? Guess what, Art?
I can give it to Toby?
Go ahead. I don't care.
Goodbye.
Wait.
Phil, don't be a wuss.
I can't let him do it, okay?
Toby.
What a joke.
All right.
You know
the guy's an asshole. You're right. I'm hanging up on him. Thank you, ma'am.
You shouldn't even be giving
I shouldn't be talking to him. You're right.
You shouldn't be giving this guy airtime.
Thank you, ma'am, for your call. Thank
Bye.
you. Do we have a guy in Sioux Falls, I think? Sioux Falls. Hi, you're on the Phil Hendrie Show.
Yes, good afternoon.
Good
Phil.
afternoon, sir. I understand you work at an airport.
I do. I manage the largest airport in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, which, by the way, your gentleman that you're talking with got the state wrong when he talked about the location of the crash.
I said North Dakota. I made a mistake.
Yeah, he's got the state wrong. It was South Dakota, and that ought to be your tip-off.
Let me ask you a question. What's the difference?
What's the difference?
What's the difference?
Yeah, one is North Dakota, and the other South Dakota.
Oh, well, okay.
The airplane
They're
crashed.
both big, flat places, right?
The airplane... Yes, sir, go ahead.
The airplane crashed by Minus, South Dakota. The FAA or the NTSB, I can't remember which, indicated they reviewed the tape, and there was nothing of substance on the last recording of 45 minutes or an hour. The tape only
Wait a
runs
minute.
about
We've got a message. Hold on for a minute, sir. What David has approved $1 million. Are you happy?
That's all I was asking for.
You're going to give the guy $1 million?
We've approved. Premier Radio has approved $1 million. Apparently, I don't know. Is that where did you get that? Just now? Yes.
Oh, thank God. All right.
It's a hoax.
Why is it a hoax?
I'm going to get the tape, Phil. Hold on.
Because why?
The NTSB or the FAA, I can't remember which, already indicated they've reviewed.
I got it right here.
And there's nothing there. The airplane flew.
Are you going to let this guy talk, or do you want to listen to it?
What is it?
There's nothing on it.
That's right. That's what I was trying to tell you.
What do you mean there's nothing on it?
How could there be anything on it when the guys were unconscious for like 3 hours?
There can't
Well, what are you trying to put me through this stuff? I go through an hour of this?
There wasn't anything. How could there be anything on it, you dumbass?
Dumbass? Okay, Schaefer, you're fired. Taylor is fired.
You are so stupid, man. How could anything be on?
I'm very angry right now, and so I think I need to... I got to do something about it because I'm so angry. Ooh. Phil Hendrie Show. Phil Hendrie Show, 1-800-449-8686. We went over to the kids' school today and had a meeting with the teacher, and everything's cool. Remember I was talking about this yesterday? And I'm not going to mention any names, but I will say this. There's this coterie of gossips, you know. Our kids go to a school, and I guess there's some people that listen to my show, and that's, I suppose, to be expected. But then they turn around and they gossip what they hear. And they run around and they tell people things, and it's taken out of context, and it's not quoted properly, and it's like somebody's doing your show for you, right? I mean, someone is doing your act for you to a teacher or a principal or something, somebody who probably ought to hear it more directly from me. In any event, it got a little ugly there for a while, but everything has chilled out. But I really got upset when I found out that there's just these gossips, these people who run around and they'll listen to this show, and they don't care that they're hurting a kid and misquote me or misstate the things that I say, and without getting too much into it. It's a tough thing, man. I'm not the kind of guy that will single anybody out and attempt to humiliate them or chastise them if I can help it. You know what I'm saying? In other words, if something happens so egregious to me that I got to say something about it, I got to say something about it. Like for those weeks that we talked about Sears. I just wasn't on some Sears kick. Something happened to my house, and it was done by Sears. And, of course, rather than address the problem, what they did was they canceled their account on one of my stations in Hawaii, and so we're off the station in Maui because Sears got upset out there. Forget about actually delivering. Forget about good service. Let's just get pissed because some guy's telling the truth and cancel your account. And, of course, the radio station's got no choice but to throw my show off the air. Otherwise, they're going to lose money from a local advertiser. I do not bear them any malice whatsoever. I understand they have to know which side of the bread the butter's on. But, you know, it's like killing the messenger. I guess. I don't know. Is that what I'm trying to say? Probably not. But the point being, we had a discussion with the teach. And Teach said everything's chilled and we're fine. And she said, well, did you really say this on the air? I said, oh, well, we have people reporting things now. See, it's a tough thing to do the job that I do, and have kids and, you know, they're constantly sort of being buffeted by whatever it is somebody overhears on the radio, and then they go to the kid and they say, oh, your stepdad said or something like that, and it's not fair. I sometimes think, and maybe wrongly, that people, well, they're not going to do it to a kid, for God's sake. I mean, they'll hear me do something. Maybe it's rude, maybe not. But at least they're not going to abuse a child by, gossiping and having the stuff get back to the kid, right? Oh, forget it, man. That ain't the case. You know, I might have been born at night, baby, but it wasn't last night. And I know human nature about as well as anybody, probably better if you're going to put it in that context. And the fact is, they don't care. You know, these adults don't care. They don't care if they hurt a kid. So they'll go and they'll talk and they'll chit-chat and gossip, misconstrue and misrepresent. And then it gets back to the school. And then I got to sit there in a meeting today listening to what was it that you said on the air yesterday that had to do with the archdiocese and this, that, or something else. Because some little no-life Yenta gossip decided to go and mess up my day. The best thing that I can do is keep my big, fat nose out of it, and that's what I'm going to do from here on out. I only went with my wife over to the thing today because one of the teachers had talked to me directly. I'm not going to involve myself in it again because I can't. They'll just think I'm a big, fat, you know, I'm an ego case or something. So I won't ever get involved in a kid's education again, and I'll just be an asshole. I think I should go through life as I started life, an asshole. I started life that way. I'm continuing now, and I will be in another 20, 30 years. So why not just keep the record straight? So anyway, thanks for my Todd Browning book. I got it back from Melissa. Todd Browning, the director of Dracula. I got my book back, and I'm looking at these pictures, and he apparently directed a movie with Lon Chaney back in 1927. Here is the notes. Lon Chaney blackmails a surgeon into amputating his arms in the movie The Unknown. And, of course, Mike Schaefer, who is an absolute expert on these things, said, some people get a sexual thrill out of that. I said, how would you know? Some people enjoy having limbs amputated. I said, this goes beyond fetish. This goes beyond a harmless pursuit. This self-mutilation is a mental illness. They belong in a nut house. They belong in the nut bin. Don't you think? You don't? I'm all alone on this? All right, well, I'll have to go back and reread the book. You're wrong, Phil, man. You don't get it. I love having, like, stuff cut off. It's bitchin'. Try it. Just cut off fingers and stuff. Cut my ear off the other. What's wrong? Yeah, well, I think somebody ought to run you over. Just run you over. By the way, I saw this thing on TV. Speaking of pimps, which we weren't, but Mike was telling me that he and Gretchen went to a Halloween party dressed as a pimp and his hooker. Anyway, I was watching this thing. HBO had a pimp special on 2 nights ago. All about pimps. I don't know what it was. And which is, by the way, a sitcom that I was shopping for a while, which for some reason couldn't get picked up. All about pimps. And it starred Sinbad. And anyway, I'm kidding. So I got to get this joke. I got to get this story, whatever the crap is, here in 20 seconds. So this guy is a white pimp, and he talks like a black man. You know, he's saying this and that and everything. But he's white. He's bald and white. Not only that, he's short and white. Not only that, he's ugly and white with a big pimp hat. Kind of guy, speaking of running him over with a truck. Watch it, HBO. Forget about The Sopranos, the pimp special. That's it.